If you've seen the Gokaijer movie, well, the 10-year one at least, then you know that what I'm going to talk about would be a really kind of cool thing for Hasbro to do. But I know they won't, but I wanted to talk about it anyway. I think that this would be a really cool thing and kind of put a lot of rumors to bed on a lot of stuff when it comes to versus matches. If you've not seen the Gokaijer movie and you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll explain. In this film, at the very beginning, we see that there are Rangers v Rangers that are being controlled by Basco's trumpet, and all the Ranger keys are placed down and the powers are being fed through it, and we're getting kind of a team up. It's a versus movie. Pretty much think of like the Strongest Battle if you've seen that through the Sentai, but this is just basically the Ranger powers being controlled and they're fighting each other and they're using all their abilities. It's a fantastic film. Go and watch it. It is 100% worth watching. I think this would be really cool to see this in the Power Ranger world. Basically the same sort of format. We have all the Ranger powers kind of like clued up, all set up, and thus therefore we basically select one maybe every single week, or that we just see different Rangers going on, and this could be a side project. I generally think that this would be one of the coolest things that they would have done, or will do if they do it, because it would put a lot of kind of versus like things, as I mentioned before, to bed. Who would win in a fight? Tommy or Shadow Ranger, or basically Kruger? Who would win in a fight with them? Who would win in a fight? Troy Super Megaforce, Troy Megaforce versus, I don't know, Wes from Time Force. You have all these abilities and powers and they go full out and we would see it. I think it would be an absolute banger to watch and I would be all here for it. Now I know, before you put in the comments, but Hasbro won't allow it because they don't like Ranger v Ranger fighting. I get that, I 100% do, but we're putting that aside for this video so we can talk about it. We could easily have a 1v1 or 3v3, whichever one that you wanted to put. And I do think that it would put a lot of rumors put to bed. You would have people that would go through all of the powers of the Ranger, their abilities, stuff that we've seen all the way through the kind of TV show, and kind of do it. Like, I completely forgot that Tommy has the ability to shoot lasers either from the Dragon Dagger or his hands. We saw it very briefly in Power Rangers and it's a cool thing. But I know with a lot of time with people talk about Ranger v Ranger, character versus character, whichever one that you wanted, it's such a weird thing because a lot of people go down by the fact of, oh, well, that Ranger's my favorite one. I'm going to have that as my winner. That's the one that will always win, when literally we know that other Rangers have certain abilities that could beat other Rangers and it only progresses through time. So seeing all of this would be absolutely goddamn fantastic. And I would all be here for it because I would love to see more of this. Having like major team ups or something like that to me would work perfectly. Could you imagine a full team versus going full team? You have Time Force versus RPM, whichever one that you wanted, MMPR season 1, 2 or 3 versus, I don't know, let's say Operation Overdrive. You have so many things that you could play with and literally produce such for a year, maybe a couple of years. And as the Super Sentai doesn't kind of end at all, you could have more teams pop up. Could you imagine seeing Dom Brothers versus, I don't know, Mystic Force or something like that? I would absolutely love it and think it would be a fantastic thing to actually see. But Hasbro, you need to kind of do this because you'd have gold for the more of the adult audience that watch all your shows. I do think that when you bring this sort of stuff in, the audience loves this. They want to see more. They would be hooked on this. And if you did this like every Sunday or something like that, that you would show for the formidable future or whatever, it would be a fantastic thing. And a lot of people would be talking about this for such a long time and sharing it. You'd get the whole like, oh my God, this is rigged. Like Tommy would always win, blah, blah, blah. Or, Mick from Operation Overdrive would, Mac from Operation Overdrive would always win. It's that sort of thing that you would generally have that I think that people would talk about, and it would gauge so much interest for people talking about it every single week or every other week, whatever it is. And I think it would be a gold mine to kind of do it. It's a shame that Hasbro doesn't allow this sort of stuff because I generally think they're missing on a huge market right now, in my opinion. This does kind of remind me the thing previously that Bandai did, which is that they had a battle royale. You chose which Ranger you wanted and it would win. And we got like, I think it was like MMPR Red, Jen from Time Force, Tommy, Phantom Ranger and stuff like that, and they got the key set made at the very end for lucky winners and stuff like that. I think it was 10 people, maybe one person. I have no idea. If you know, let me know down below in the comments. But I think that if you did kind of a battle royale, maybe you could put them all together, fight, and do a kind of a lead up, very similar to the World's Strongest Battle that they did ages ago. But just the whole thought of it, I think it would be really cool. I generally know that people would be very interested in this, and I think it would work just 100% 10 times better than what you could think of. But it depends on what you would think. As I close this video off, what do you think? Would you like to see like a mini royale of your favorite Rangers all fighting? Set it as a bracket, do it as like a over 199 battle, but literally it's just Ranger v Ranger. Would you like the World's Strongest Battle in that sort of case, or would you just like to see teams versus teams in a one-off? You know, I think that, like, and also I know it's a lot of questions, but would you like it so you could have a poll of which Rangers v Rangers, and we see the outcome of who would win, and it would happen every single week? Let me know down below in those comments, and I will end the video there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。